watching my mom become what daddy couldn't be. I ball like MLB, these Bottega boots ain't cheap. My car ain't got no key, I push the start to start my week. I'm in this photo, pour so photogenic. All I know is to go get it. Shoot my shot, now I ain't gon' miss it. All I know is to go get it. All my life I've been a go-getter. All I know is to go get it. Wake up in the...
Today, from Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina, it's Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and off we go from uptown Charlotte. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. The first throw, here's Winston. Thomas has got it, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's Winston. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw, Winston. Forced out to his left. And Winston lost the football, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. For a big guy, Jameis sure can move. Did a nice job there picking up the 1st down with his legs. Winston to give. It's Kamara. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up. Winston.
He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. Jameis to throw it. Well, that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. This will be caught downfield by Moore. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. Now the big play pushes him all the way out to the 40 now for 1st down. Walker now on 1st and 10. He'll get this up to about the 44.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now a 2nd down and 6. He'll look to throw. He's got Anderson on the slant. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. This looks like a roughing call. Okay, so roughing the passer, I've got to imagine that's the last thing you want to see week one is your quarterback taking an unnecessary hit.
I think you're exactly right about that. You hate it any week, but boy, are you on target. This is a unit that's depending on him to take him through 17 games, so you definitely can't let him get hurt right now.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll make it second and a foot or so. On second down, it's Walker, and he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's second and 11. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
I always love the opening game of the season, and for the players, always nice to get those firsts out of the way, isn't it? How about here? The first sack of the season. Not just in the first game, but in the...
Under pressure, and they got to him again. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan. And Gonzalez out now to try the Panther field goal. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. Gonzalez's kick is good, and the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week one. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
That's caught. It's Dan Arnold, the tight end. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. To the air again with Winston. Looking for and finding Arnold once again. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. To throw again on second down. Winston. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down. A give to Kamara running right. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. This offense so far on third down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Winston. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. To throw is Winston. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He lets it fly for Lockett.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Marcus May with a pick.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point. His first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not lapping it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
On second and a couple. Winston, his throw incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. So on comes Cairo Santos now for the field goal try. This one from 35 yards away. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will tie us at 3-3. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
And still in the first half here, a long way to go. They'll look to throw here on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Up the middle, here's Walker. And they'll hold him to 3 there as he takes us up to the 47. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On play action, they'll throw. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
And the Saints will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
I believe this is what you would call growing pains here, partner, because this defense obviously took the challenge facing the rookie, and they wanted to help indoctrinate him to the NFL. So now the big question is, can he answer that challenge and rebound with plenty of time remaining in this game?
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. On 2nd and 12, Winston.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one.
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it.
And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. This is caught. Touchdown, Panthers. DJ Moore from 19 yards away. And the Panthers have taken the lead.
Charles, that's a pretty good response from a rookie quarterback. He's had his struggles in this game, including the interception on the last drive, but there he takes him down the field and puts it in the end zone.
I agree with everything you just said right there, and there's a silver lining to all of this, his resiliency. Because let's face it, when things are going bad and you're a youngster, they often continue to go bad. But in his mind and his actions, he said, this stops right here. And how about the positive play he just turned in?
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter. But you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm about to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
And Thomas has it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
First down now, but that clock rolling.
Throwing out right here, caught by Olave.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Jameis again. It fights him off. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down.
Chase Young
in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Now Winston. Flush to his right. That's complete to his running back, Kamara.
He'll get it inside the 20.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run. 33 yards. Winston now to throw on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Winston. Eluding the pressure right. And Winston lost the football. But fortunately, the Saints were able to hold on to it, so they will indeed keep possession. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. On 3rd down, Winston. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Santos' kick is up and through, and that'll bring him back within 4. So another good job defensively because they've allowed 3 trips into the red zone, but only the 2 field goals.
Yeah, that's the bend but don't break, isn't it? And they really didn't get broken at all because if you're running off the field having allowed 2 field goals and 3 trips in the red zone, you've actually come out ahead.
Yeah, flip it over to the other side. The offense, they'll hope to cash in for 6 next trip. Is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route, and he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to look deep for more.
And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
So, all right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half.
And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too. He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Winston steps away to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up 3rd down. So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long. The pass caught by Olave. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard stripe. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Carolina getting set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards in the first.
Brandon, you know I'm all about quarterbacks protecting themselves, but I have to admit it, I liked what I just saw there. That rookie wasn't afraid of absorbing a big hit. Now, you don't want to see him taking those shots all game long, but he picked up the first down, kept fighting for yards, and was willing to embrace some contact to keep the play moving.
The throw over the middle taken in, and down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave, embrace it. Go ahead and play to that level, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run.
They'll try for the first with Walker. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Back to Walker on first down. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. On the tackle, Tyrann Mathieu.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Walker hit and the ball is out. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
They'll look to throw here. And this is caught. He hits Moore. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Panthers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. That time, a 9-play drive. And it concludes with a touchdown reception by DJ Moore. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and then they punted the football. And Kamara has it stripped, and it's picked up by the Panthers. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out. In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. That is caught by Anderson. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Looking to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
48 yards on the ground for him so far. As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
Now back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Saints will have the football back. On play action, Winston. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. And the ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. Gonzalez to add the PAT. And the lead is now 24. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Again, it's Winston. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Dancing to his left. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position.
To the right side, this is Walker.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory. And as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think he may want to keep them cranking high right here.
Now a play fake here on 1st down.
That's complete out right to the tight end, Trimble. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Another completion there. And we think back to the draft in the spring. This franchise essentially handing him the keys to the operation, a top 5 pick. Charles, how ready do you think he is?
I think he's ready for the NFL in terms of size, speed, the makeup of him, the character of him. The key is going to be, will this team accept everything he brings to the game and adapt to it, not just necessarily plug him into something.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Gonzalez now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it concludes with a touchdown reception by DJ Moore.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by his former FSU teammate Jalen Ramsey. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Gonzalez to add the PAT. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Here's Winston. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on here to punt it away. We'll call that a 41-yard punt. The net a little greater, though, following a loss on the return.
And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Open man is Anderson. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
Oh, now a strip. He loses the football. But fortunately, a Panther was able to get on this, so Carolina keeps the ball. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He lets it fly for Lockett. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Marcus May with a pick.
And the Saints are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Following the interception, Winston.
Complete to Olave on the out route.
And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Throwing again on 2nd down. Winston.
A throw over the middle, taken in by Troutman.
And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. 1st down, Winston.
And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their fourth pick of the game. Instead, second down. One last shot now for Winston. One last shot at the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. Well, this was not just the opener of a brand-new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the